Hi guys, it's Dale with The Insurance. Today we're going to talk about an article that hopefully you know about this information, but you haven't had to use it because it means that you have been in an accident if you have. The title of the article is Direct Repair Providers, Steering Laws and Car Insurance. So for those of us who have been in accidents, this has probably happened. So right after the accident, you take your car to either the nearest mechanic or a mechanic that you're comfortable with near your home. And then you call your carrier, and your carrier says, hey, this mechanic isn't in our network. We can't trust the work that they do. Shortly thereafter, they present to you a mechanic or a list of mechanics that they can trust, right? These mechanics are called DRPs, right? Direct Repair Providers. And there are a group of mechanics that carriers have, or specific carriers have contracts with, that govern the pricing, the work, the parts, and several other components within that contract. But it governs the work that they do, right? Between the carrier's insureds and the cars that they bring to these specific mechanics. Now, from the carrier point of view, makes perfect sense, right? You get to do kind of quality control by choosing the mechanics that are working on these cars, but ultimately you get to control the cost, right? You get to negotiate the price of different work that's being done. From a mechanic standpoint, if you do well, this can be a steady stream of customers, right? Now, from the insured standpoint, in a perfect world, you get perfect service, right? And at a great price, right? Because the carriers have negotiated a price, and you would hope and think that carriers have chosen DRPs that provide great service. This isn't always the case though, right? So let's say you're at a DRP and you don't agree with a part of the contract that says whether you use OEM parts versus aftermarket parts for a certain part of your vehicle, right? Furthermore, let's just say you don't like the shop at all, right? Now, at that point, if you feel any pressure from your carrier to go with the DRP, that's labeled steering, right? And there are anti-steering laws within actually majority of the states within the United States. So that is illegal in most places, right? If you feel that, let your carrier know, and just know that you can, no matter what, you can choose the carrier, you can choose the mechanic, you can choose the parts, as long as the pricing is reasonable and within kind of standard rates, standard market rates at the time, the carrier is obligated under law to pay it, right? So that's once again, hopefully you don't have to call upon this knowledge because you're not in an accident. But if you are in an accident, when you receive a list of DRPs from your carrier to do work on your vehicle, don't feel obligated to just go to whatever carrier they suggest. Recognize that there are anti-steering laws in most of the states out there. They may be anti-steering laws in your state, but even if they're not, just know that you can go to whatever mechanic you want, and as long as the rates for the service are reasonable, the carrier is obligated to pay. Okay? Thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll talk to you next week.